This woman comes running, and as soon as she passes through the door, she suddenly turns into a young girl. She looks at herself and is shocked. When she goes back to the other side of the door, she becomes old again, because it was a magical door. A voice comes from the door saying, "Whenever you go to that side, you will become young." Then the woman remembers her husband's harsh words, how he used to insult her every time, telling her, "I don't need an old woman like you anymore. Your time is over. I want a new and young wife." So the woman passes through the door again and becomes young. Then a box comes out of the door. The door tells her, "With these medicines you will stay young forever. And make sure to read the instructions." The woman takes out the medicine from the box, but throws away the instructions and everything else. When she returns home, she finds that her husband had called another woman and told her to come to his house. So the young version of the woman herself goes to her husband instead. Her husband says, "But I just called you and you left a moment ago," because he didn't know his wife had become young. That night, she spends the night with her husband. But when her husband wakes up in the morning, the girl has turned back into her real older self because her time of being young had expired. He wakes her up and says, "Last night a young woman was here with me and I know you chased her away." He kicks her out of the house and says, "I want a divorce." The woman goes back to the magical door and asks, "Why did I become old again?" The door replies, "I told you to read the instructions. Every 12 hours you must pass through the door again to stay young." Then the door gives her a timer watch and says, "Before this time ends, you must cross the door again." She passes through the door and becomes young again. But her real form appears and fights with her, saying, "Don't do this. With time, you will become even older and worse." The woman locks her real form inside the door and goes back to her husband. When she meets her husband and says, "Look, I'm back," she starts feeling sick again. When she goes in front of the mirror, she sees that she has become even uglier and older than before. Her husband comes to see her and gets scared. Then her real self appears inside the mirror and tells her, "You can never stay young forever. With time, you must move forward. Time gives you new paths, new roles, and more happiness. Leave your past behind and walk toward new directions."